The Outdoor Learning Grant gives schoolchildren direct experiences of the stunning landscapes, wildlife and heritage of the National Park. As well as the benefits to learning, these visits support pupil well-being and can inspire a lifelong interest in caring for our planet.
Thank you so much to the South Downs Trust for supporting us in running these subsidised trips for inner city London children to experience the countryside and see the South Downs, which is their closest national park to London.
This is the best place I've ever been! Bye.
So we're here today at Old Idsworth, which is a really rich wildflower area that's been created, very similar to what we've done with the South Downs Trust. The South Downs Trust has created almost 70 hectares of flower-rich grasslands, and this has been in partnership with Bug Life, who are a wonderful NGO that supports invertebrates, and they identify where the best places for these to go. And then also with Plant Life, the only charity that's after the conservation of plants in the United Kingdom. So Plant Life work closely with the farmers, as do our rangers at the South Downs National Park, to create floristically rich areas like this. We've only got 3% of wildflower meadows left in the UK.
Here we are today on Centurion Way. This route through to Cocking, eventually linking back down in the south to Chichester. This is a very important route for us because it will enable people to access the South Downs National Park from the urban fringe and from a major train station route in Chichester. The South Downs Trust funding has enabled us to do clearance works over the last 12 to 18 months, and we've managed to clear the trees and everything from north of West Dean Tunnel all the way through here to Singleton Station and to a further kilometre beyond. We are undertaking considerable amount of planting of new local Sussex-based shrubbery, which will actually then really help to repopulate the area and to contribute to some biodiversity gain.
We're out in the South Downs National Park on some lovely chalk grassland, doing some sward enhancement using traditional hand tools such as scythes and hay rakes. We're here with American Express volunteers who have been doing a great job so far, really getting stuck in improving the biodiversity value of this site. National Park Futures is helping get more young people into this industry so they can learn skills like these wonderful volunteers are today.
The Trees for the Downs replanting project was launched back in 2019 from the South Downs Trust to fundraise money to replace trees that have been lost to pests and diseases. And the winter that's just passed, we saw the first trees go into the ground. We're looking to plant 100,000 more trees before 2025.
Welcome to Norton Farm, just outside Selborne in the South Downs National Park. My name's Matthew and I'm the facilitator for Selborne Landscape Partnership and the Winchester Downs Cluster. Two groups of farmers who are working together towards agreed objectives for wildlife and the environment. So hedgerows are key landscape features. They create corridors and linkages between different habitats, so between woodlands and other habitats, but also they're a key wildlife habitat in their own right. Over the last 2 years, we've been working on the Hampshire Hedgerows project, restoring and recreating hedgerows across the two clusters. So far through the project, we have created and restored over 20 kilometres of hedgerows, planted 39,000 trees and shrubs, bring life back into hedgerows, such as the hedgerow here, which was a tall, overgrown hedgerow which had got very thin in the bottom. And so we laid this hedge, so process of cutting partly way through the stems, laying them over, and you can see it's come back to life with a lot of new growth, and that rejuvenates it and puts a lot more bottom back into the hedge, which is obviously very good for wildlife, for nesting habitat, for escape habitat, for songbirds maybe escaping from predators or something like that. This has only been possible through joint working, so with the landowners, the South Downs National Park, but also volunteers, and we've had 141 volunteers come out on 16 different training days. So people coming out learning how to lay hedges, including college groups, trainee rangers, and culminating in a creation or restoration of a large area of hedgerows across the clusters. Finally, I'd just like to say thank you to all those who've been involved, but especially to the South Downs Trust, who've been instrumental in making this project come to life.